We have to look at the bow before we start using any apparatus. What you need is test the draw length of the bow plus the weight of the bow. You need a bow scales to do that. You can use an Eason, or there's many different types on the market, and they're all very, very accurate. Second thing you need is you need to have a look at tools that will give you proper measurements. You can use laser systems to help you in lining your bow up. I like to keep things very, very, very simple. So we're looking at the bow itself, and we have the arrow into the bow. Now, this is very, very simple. Find a fixed spot on the bow, which is the center. All it is a square. So you get a square, and you get the center of your string, and you take the same spot again, and you get the center of your arrow. Very, very, very simple. So now we know that the arrow is in the center of the bow, that your peep is going to come around. There's no problem on that. So that's a very, very simple process. That's a very sophisticated process. To keep your measurements and what you have there, you write that down in a book so that you always know exactly where your center shot is, by using proper tools in relation to getting everything 100% accurately on your bow. So we'll start off now, and I'll show you the shooting machines and how they work. Okay, well, we've ascertained that the bow rating is between 275 and 276 feet per second. So the arrow is a 28-inch arrow. So when we looked at the grouping, on the Eason chart, we should be shooting a 3L18. But when we shot the 3L18, the problem was that we were getting displacement of the arrow off the target, so we had to go up to a 318, and that seemed to give us the best option in relation to the arrow that would suit that particular bow. So it looks fairly good. So what we're going to do is we're going to shoot it and give you an idea of how the apparatus works. So John is going to pull the trigger and let it go. So if John will turn the camera around, you can see exactly where the arrow has landed. So we tried a 328 ACC, and we got displacement on that arrow as well. So the arrow in relation to the shooting machine is a 318. Seems to go best out of that bow. The bow is set at 52 pounds, and the draw length is 28 inches. So with the result, we have a situation where we think is the proper arrow. So the acid test now, we know what the speed is, so we want to have a look now and see exactly what the displacement would be in relation to a paper test. Okay, so we get that out now. We also tried the more expensive arrow, Pro Tour, and what was recommended on the chart for the poundage of the bow and the speed of the bow was a 570. We shot that, and again we got displacement of the arrow. So we had to move up, we had to look, and what we had to move on to then was, we had to move on to a 520, and this gave us the best result with the Pro Tour again. So each time we had to go a spine heavier on the arrows. So the paper test now is what you call it with the acid test here. You'll see exactly what happens with the paper test and see how it goes on that. So this paper test here is on a complete roll, and we just pull down and you get the paper into position each time, and you can see exactly where your arrow comes. Now this is designed and manufactured by John Power, as was the shooting machine. So it's a great invention. It gives fantastic results. We know exactly what we're doing with the arrows, how the arrows are going, what the displacement will be. Now combined with that then, we've been sponsored by Shooting Style and by Carbofast. The stabilizer that's on the bow is a high modular, the OD of 14, outside diameter of 14, but it's super high modulus, and we require the carbon from a company in Germany who help us manufacture the stabilizers and all the technical information we need in relation to the vibration factor on the stabilizer. Now I haven't even touched on what we're doing in relation to the archer and the biomechanics of what's needed and how the archer has to shoot and what he needs to do and things like that, but we'll work on that at a later stage. But what I'm trying to figure out is, once the bow is working to perfection, then you can't blame the bow or you can't blame the arrow. What you have to do then is you have to look at the archer, and then from a biomechanical point of view, you have to have a look at the muscles, where the muscles are. Is he pulling properly? Is he in line with the shot? Is everything in harmony in relation to getting the shot off? Can he shoot? What's his average score? So, but once the bow is set up and we know that that bow is perfectly, and you shoot that bow perfectly, there's no reason why we have to go back and look at the bow. We can look at the archer and we can say, well, you know, you're doing this, you're doing that, your shoulder's high, you're not in line with the shot. Now, if he's not in line with the shot, what we can do then is we have a physiologist who can come along and he can have a look at what exercises he can do to bring his back elbow around into line. Same thing if his front shoulder is lifting, there's a problem with the shoulder. We can give him exercises that will give him proper muscles to be able to control not lifting the shoulder up. And then combined with that then, if we have a problem then of target panic, we have a sports psychologist who can assist in giving the archer breathing exercises and how to control target panic and what he has to do to get himself out of prematurely shooting the bow within he sees the target. So there's a whole range of remedial procedures for the archer. So we're going to shoot now, and we'll shoot through the paper and we'll see exactly what the result will be on that. Perfect bullet hole. And again, if you look at the target, the arrow has gone into the same hole again. So there's no displacement on that arrow for that particular bow setup. The stabilizer, as I say, is a high modulus stabilizer which recovers very, very quick. The holding characteristics of that stabilizer is remarkable. You know, as I say, nobody makes bad stabilizers, but that's quite innovative, that particular one there. The type of carbon that's in it, it's very high modulus and very expensive, but nevertheless it does a great job. So there's your proof. Your bullet hole is still in the same hole there. How did we check that everything, the stops and what do you call it, the timing was right? So what we have, and we'll show you this piece of apparatus now, how we use this. by bringing the apparatus up, we can then look at the timing, and we can see if the timing is 100% on the machine. It gives a kind of an indication that they can work easy enough. It's like using a drawboard, which is it's a little bit more advanced in relation to what's going on. So you can really understand exactly what's going on. You have time to look at your timing, and then at that particular stage, then you can take your bow into the pro shop, and they can put it onto the bow press inside. So we can actually look at the bow, we can tune the bow, get everything sorted out. I'll show you the bow press now inside. Yeah, there's the bow press. We can use the bow press. We can put any configuration of bow into that. Also, then we have a drawboard on this, which we can use, like similar to the piece that we have outside. In relation to the arrows, we've worked out a mathematical formula in relation to displacement, shot at 18 meters, and we can ascertain if we have displacement of a particular measurement, and there's a mathematical formula based on that. We can tell you exactly where the arrow will hit at 70 meters. You know, we have to look at the human error as well, and we're going to try and make it a little bit easier so you can have a little bit more opportunity of tuning your bow and understanding what's happening. If you don't have the right arrow, what's going to happen with your arrow. I know it's expensive, but most of the good archery shops, you know, will supply you with, you know, practice arrows that are near enough to the spine that you will be using. So it's important that you don't buy arrows too quick, that you go to a pro shop, have a look at what arrows are going to shoot, have your bows tested on the machines, see exactly where you are, and we will ensure that you're going to have a proper setup so that you can really work on your form and style rather than worrying about the mechanics of your bow. So the next time we're going to talk about biomechanics and looking at the archer themselves and seeing exactly where the anomalies are in the muscles. So that'll be for the next program. So I hope you enjoyed our little insight into technology, and look forward to talking to you again. Thank you.